Trans Resistance Network has issued a statement, which before this, no one had ever heard of this organization. And rightfully so, because it sounds like a bunch of crazy bastards. And we're about to find out that, yes, this is true. They are, in fact, crazy bastards. A statement about the shooting. So this is the Trans Resistance Network. This is their media statement. The Trans Resistance Network has been notified the shooter involved in today's church school shooting in Nashville, Tennessee was a person identifying as transgender, known from online profiles as their name. While it is not our policy to engage publicly with news media, we believe this moment calls for a thoughtful response from our collective. This is it. It's going to be a well thought out, reasoned response that is going to address the elephant in the room finally, that this was a trans person who targeted Christians. I'm sure we're about to get just some. There's going to be some insight. We're gonna have some healing here. Okay, we're gonna bridge the gap. All right. We point out that today's incident in Nashville, Tennessee, is not one tragedy, but two. Well, son of a bitch, so much for that. We're already right off the rails as soon as it starts. One sentence after saying we're about to give a response. First sentence. Right off the bat. Again, straight to hell with you. Jeez. The first tragedy today is the loss of life of 3 children and adults. We extend our deepest sympathies and heartfelt prayers to those families dealing with the loss of loved ones. There is nothing we can offer that will comfort the hurt or ease the sorrow. We mourn with you. So at the very least, they're acknowledging that that's the first tragedy of the day. At least it takes precedent over what's about to come, I guess, in the order of this. I somehow don't think they actually feel this way, but anyway. A second and more complex tragedy is that the shooter who felt he had no other effective way to be seen than to lash out by taking the lives of others and by consequence himself. We do not claim to know the individual or have access to their inner thoughts and feelings. We do know that life... why do they not claim to have access to the inner thoughts and feelings? I'm told all the time they have access to my inner thoughts by knowing that I'm transphobic bigot. They know that everything I say is code for something else. They're all dog whistles, but apparently they don't have access to the inner thoughts of this person. Sure. We do know that life for transgender people is very difficult and made more difficult in the preceding months by a virtual avalanche of anti-trans legislation and public call-outs by right-wing personalities and political figures for nothing less than the genocidal eradication of trans people from society. Well, at least they capitalized right-wing. I've never seen that. It seems like maybe it's a show of respect. I mean, I know they capitalize the word black, regardless of context, even if it's not talking about race, and they don't capitalize the word white. But they capitalized right wing. I feel the love. I feel the love. Many transgender people deal with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, and PTSD from the near constant drumbeat of anti-trans hate, lack of acceptance from family members, and certain religious institutions' denial of our existence and calls for detransition and forced conversion. Oh, jeez. All of these factors contribute to a population that is medically underserved and who often face anti-trans bias. Well, okay, we get the picture. You get the picture, right? So they had one sentence where they did address that the people who died, yeah, sure, that's a tragedy. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 paragraphs afterwards talking about how the transgender was actually the victim here. And the absolute gall of these people. I mean, knowing what happened to say that many transgender people deal with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide because of certain religious institutions, knowing that what they're talking about is a Christian school where these people were just murdered. Wow. Absolutely remarkable. Straight to jail. Straight to hell. To hell with you. By the power of Christ, I banish you back to the depths of hell, you demonic piece of shit.